I'm David Rose. I'm the chair of the Limbless Association, the UK's largest charity supporting people living with limb loss in the civilian world. We have a sister charity called Blesma who support limbless veterans, but we're the charity that supports civilians, and we do some very important work. I experienced my limb loss in my early 20s, 40 years ago, when I was knocked off my motorcycle by someone driving on the wrong side of the road. Very unfortunate. My right leg was destroyed, but I was lucky to survive. There was no support available then at all. I was reliant on family and friends, but I was young, strong, motivated to rehabilitate. I got through it. 36 years ago, 4 years after my limb loss experience, the Limbless Association was formed. I very quickly picked up the potential value of this charity and signed up, and I've been working in support of the charity ever since. I was a trustee in the 90s, and I've recently rejoined the board to help carry forward some exciting opportunities that we have. Our Connect and Support Hub network, which we're hoping to roll out around the UK. We're currently in London, Bristol, Manchester and Hull. This is a very exciting project where people living with limb loss, their families, their carers, their friends can come together and talk about any issues that are of importance. There are questions relating to how you live life without an upper or lower limb or limbs that only people who have the life experience can help you with. We share that experience, which I think is an additional benefit that the established medical systems and procedures cannot meet that need. And it's something that we do. Sharing that experience, sharing that benefit with you, these things transform people's lives, and it's hard to explain how valuable that can be, and it can make the difference between somebody successfully rehabilitating after limb loss and not being as successful as they would wish to be. One of the issues that we often assist people with is how to engage most effectively with what we call prosthetic services here, like we have at the Harrowwood Long-Term Condition Centre. And then we talk to them weeks, months, even years later, and they'll be describing how they're living a better life, they've gone back to work, or they're accessing things at home more easily, leisure, recreation, all the things that make life worth living. And we share our experience because we've been there, we've done it. We don't want to reinvent the wheel, we help these people meet those challenges.
Hello, my name is Tracy Ralph and I am the Essex Hub Coordinator for the Limbless Association. And what we do here at the Prosthetic Centre at Harrowwood Long-Term Condition Centre, what we do is once a month, the last Tuesday of every month, we hold an informal support and connect hub, which is really just to bring amputees, friends and family and carers together. We offer lots of support for individuals, we give information, we just connect people together. So it started in June 2018. It was a project that the Limbless Association decided to run in the prosthetic centres just to make amputees not become so isolated, because we found that amputees were becoming quite isolated at home, they weren't connecting with one another, and there's a lack of support out there for amputees. And it's been really successful, and we now hold other support and connect hubs across the UK in other prosthetic centres also. People have really seen the impact that the hubs have had on the individuals over the last 18 months, because when it first started off, people were a bit dubious and they were just getting to know one another, but now, since it's been running for like over 18 months, people obviously know myself, they know all of the LA members, the staff and the volunteers. We had a few people come recently that hadn't been before, and they said it was more like a family. You know, and this may be the only interaction that some people get. come in once a month. They may not get to see other amputees, and lots of people make the effort and the time to come themselves, and they look forward to these monthly meetings because they get to see friends, they get to have the yoga, and it's a free service that we offer. And I can really see a difference in people because people are making friends, and that's always what we wanted. The most rewarding thing for me is, since becoming an amputee myself, I became an amputee in 2014. Since becoming an amputee, I always knew that I wanted to be involved and find out more about the amputee community, find out what's more involved, so it helps me in my journey. I'm now the hub coordinator for Essex, and it's given me, it's always what I wanted to achieve. I've always wanted to help other amputees, and by becoming this and being involved with the charity, it's enabled me to do so. And it's not a job to me, I see it as a passion, and I'm very fortunate enough to be involved in what I love to do. And it's about helping others, and I believe that I help others, but also it helps me.
So my name is Clifton, and I've been an amputee for the last 6.5, coming up to 7 years in March. Coming out of the hospital, tap into what support is available, and actually the support is zilch really. And then coming in with the Limbless Association, speaking with Limbless Association for a bit of advice. They ended up giving me a little bit of advice, and on the back end of that, I've been working with them now for the last 4 years or so, and now we've initiated all these hubs, and they're going extremely well, and these hubs are, sessions that I would say no amputee can do without. You'll get support, you'll get advice, it's free information, and do you know what? We all say that we are getting support, and it's great that we get the support, but we get the support while we're in hospital, because that's the support we should receive. We go down to the limb fitting centre and we do get the support. Yes, of course, those are the support we need, but it's actually when you go out in the community, that is the key support you need. And the way you get that key support from is speaking to amputees that have gone through, whatever stages in their life they've gone through, issues, they find out a lot of information, and speaking to an experienced amputee, you'll get first-hand experience, what it's like to live life with limb loss. Well, the hubs for me, it gives me something to do, it gives me something to look forward to. Also, when I come down here and speak to patients, for them, it's a surprise that the hub are available, and it's a case when you do speak and offer support, it's the reaction, well, thank you very much, appreciate the support, didn't know this was happening, I look forward to coming back to the next one. Well, everyone goes on a journey, and I think from the time that you're in the hospital, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. It is a tough time. Anything we're doing to life-changing experiences to yourself, it's going to be difficult. And if you have no one to speak to, you'll either go two ways. You'll either go backwards or you will excel. But, coming to the hubs, you do see that, there is life after limb loss. And, you stand around, people are yapping away. You wouldn't even think they are amputees because we look normal, but yet we're there offering the support.
It's one of the most significant physical disabilities, physical impairments that someone can experience. The challenges that people have to face can be significant. We have the experience, the understanding, the wealth of knowledge to help people meet those challenges, particularly in the early stages of the rehabilitation process, that there is still a life to be lived after limb loss, and with the right levels of support, information, advice, we can help people meet those challenges and still live a meaningful life, although it is a different life, but nevertheless, there is still a life to be lived.